Most people think about hierarchies as vertically structured organizations characterized by centralized and top down command, control, and communications. Hierarchies began in prehistoric times as clans and tribes with centralized leadership. The central advantage of hierarchy is its capacity for centralized control, allowing it efficiency with regard to coordination of functions in society. Hierarchy gives life meaning and motivates us to aim for better. If you don't have anything to look up to, you don't have anything to do. What happens if you go out with someone that you find unattractive and who's lower your status and bring him around your friends? You're gonna feel disgusted and ashamed. Whereas if you're at the top, you get preferential status to everything. What happens if someone knocks your status down? You feel bad about yourself and have low self esteem. That part of your brain is evaluating you as a high status being, and now you're doubtful if you still fit into that description. And your peers are super mad at you, and what they're basically doing is status evaluation. If you're associated with the disgusting, your status falls. A lot of the meaning that people find in their lives is purpose driven. In order to put effort into something and to work towards something, you have to assume what you're working towards is better than what you have. If the future is way better than what you have, then there's definitely proportionally difficulty. So you're trying to balance difficulty with positivity. However, hierarchy also causes resentment if you look up to those who are doing way better than you in some dimensions of their life. Focus on yourself and avoid comparing yourself to others. Having a clear vision of your best self and having a plan to monitor the practices that are implemented in your everyday life would save you from resentment and experience what's very real in life. Our connection is the fundamental aspect of humanity. Hierarchy exists because we relate to each other by social networking. Unlike a random group, a network is a collection of people that includes a specific set of connections between people in a group. The particular pattern of these ties are more important than the individual people themselves. They allow groups to do things that a disconnected collection of individuals cannot, which explains why the whole is greater than the sum of its parts and crucial to understand how networks function. The new consciousness of networks in our lives was amplified by the creation of Facebook in 2004, Twitter in 2006, and Instagram in 2010. These social media platforms that are among the most prominent social networks in our lives today are actually the latest manifestation and reinvention of the social network. We shape our network. We choose the structure of our networks in three important ways. First, we decide how many people we are connected to. Second, we influence how close we are to our friends and family. Third, we control how central we are to the social network. Our network shapes us. The transitivity of a network is a measure of the tendency of the nodes to cluster together, and it changes as our relationships change. We become more central to a network when the people we connect to become better connected, as it reduces our effort in hopping between connections. Not only do our friends affect us, our friends' friends affect us too. It is crucial to choose our friend circle and be aware of their network background. Friendship is valuable because it provides a sense of belonging, brings joy and laughter, and provides emotional support. Friends affect the ways that we think and feel about ourselves. When we're in a relationship with someone who sees you as the kind of person you want to be, the relationship will have a good impact on you. Friends that treat you poorly will almost certainly have a negative impact on who you become. Friends have an impact on each other's personal tastes and lives. When friends listen to music together and see each other's attire, their tastes can rub off. This influence could be modest, but it could also have a huge impact. For example, it may influence how you spend your money or how much time you spend on holidays. Friendships we have now have an impact on the types of friendships you have in the future. People who spend time with gossipy pals, on the other hand, are understandably less trusting of others and feel alone and uncomfortable in the world. Because our friendships affect us in so many different ways, it's critical to choose friends carefully. What impact do you think they'll have on you in the next year, 5 years, or 10 years? When you're planning a get together with pals, think about whether those are the kinds of relationships and future you want to cultivate. Choose friends who share our values and ideals. While diversity is great in many ways, when it comes to our general values and beliefs, it's best to keep core friendships with like minded people. This can prevent you from compromising or being negatively impacted by people who don't share your standards. Choose friends who can help us balance out our weaknesses. You might not be the best at keeping your closet organized, but if you have a buddy who is, request her aid. Everyone benefits when you play to one another's strengths in areas where you lack competence. No one wants a friend who is constantly negative or depressed. Choose friends who will push you, motivate you, and encourage you. The finest friends will be available to lend a sympathetic ear and assist you in putting a positive spin on any issue. These kinds of buddies make excellent purpose partners as well.